Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lily Wu, filling in for Deb Ferris. Wichita police arrest a man in an attempted bank robbery at a South Wichita bank. It happened shortly before 3 this afternoon at the Fidelity Bank near 31st Street and Seneca. That's where KAKE's Madeline Anderson is live with what we know so far.
Well, Lily, police say that the suspect came inside this bank with a note and attempted to rob the place. Now let's take a look at some video we shot just a couple minutes ago of the suspect being handcuffed about an hour after this alleged robbery. Police say he ran away towards some apartments a couple blocks from the bank. Officers were able to locate the suspect quickly, though, thanks to a concerned citizen who stopped them and told them the direction the suspect went. Now, police are still investigating what exactly went on inside the bank, including whether the suspect made off with any amount of money and if he had a weapon. Fortunately, though, no one was hurt in the incident. Reporting live in Wichita, Madeline Anderson, KAKE News.
Thanks, Madeline. This is the 4th bank robbery in the city of Wichita this year. The first bank heist happened on January 13th at the Dillons at Harry and Edgemore. The second happened 2 days later, January 15th, at the Credit Union of America at Maple and Ridge. Now, the third happened March 10th at the M. Price Bank near Pawnee and Hydraulic. A 19-year-old woman is recovering from a dog bite after trying to save her Chihuahua from another dog. KAKE's Mike Ewan is live at right here in the newsroom, where the dog is being held for a quarantine after being darted and captured.
Lily, police say the dog, a Rottweiler German Shepherd mix, is less than a year old and looks harmless. But yesterday, the dog bit a woman, and now its future is uncertain. It happened Tuesday here in the 500 block of North Lorraine about 1 p.m. 19-year-old Jenny Johnston telling police she was letting her Chihuahua out the back door when the other dog attacked the smaller animal. When she tried to intervene, the dog turned on her.
The 19-year-old attempted to get the larger dog off of her Chihuahua when not only the Chihuahua was bitten by the unknown breed dog, but herself. Subsequently, she did go to an area hospital after taking her dog to a vet.
Now, both the woman and her Chihuahua are home recovering. The fate of the dog that bit them is uncertain. He will be quarantined for 10 days. After that, he'll be evaluated by the Humane Society to see if he can be adopted or should be euthanized. A neighbor was arrested during yesterday's dog biting incident. More on that coming up at 6 o'clock.
Thanks, Mike. A family escapes harm after a drive-by shooting in rural Sedgwick County. It happened at a house by 167th and Princeton near Clearwater on Saturday around 10:30 p.m. Now, investigators say someone drove by and fired a gun. 2 bullets were found, one that went through the wall of a bedroom and lodged in a bed. The other struck a car's engine block.
5 people in the house and the bullet traveling through the house that far, it's a good thing nobody got hurt, but a very dangerous thing.
A total of 6 people were home at the time and no one was hurt. Investigators believe it was a random shooting. Now, anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 267-2111. Now, coming up at 5, we talk to the homeowner and why he's thankful his grandchildren and he were not hurt.
Keeping your family safe. KAKE First Alert.
And let's start with KAKE's First Alert Doppler HD. Some welcome rainfall out there. I really wish we had some higher rainfall totals, but you can see this band of mostly light rain extending from Sterling, Lyons, McPherson, Lindsborg. Then you get actually a little bit of rainfall at the intersection here of K4 and US 56 all the way over towards Harrington. Harrington actually picking up over 0.2 of an inch of rainfall. And the rain chances early this evening will actually be on the way down. Outside now, here are the WeatherBug camera at West and 13th. Even though we've had some on again, off again mist, it takes 100th in the rain bucket to actually click that over. So we'll call it a tracer rain. Currently 43 degrees and the winds are out of the northeast at 4 miles per hour. 44 in Hutch, 43 in Salina. Notice with some thinner cloud cover, 59 in Goodland, 59 in Elkhart, 52 in Garden City, and 50 in Dodge. We're going to keep in the chance for basically some drizzle or a patchy sprinkle. 45 at 5, 44 at 6, 44 at 7 o'clock. Now, some good news. We desperately need some rainfall starting late tonight across western Kansas, and then tomorrow I think we will see some higher rain totals starting across the west. I'm tracking that coming up, Lily.
Thanks, Jay. What was supposed to be an enjoyable day at the museum instead turned to tragedy. A gunman opened fire in Tunisia, killing tourists and sending others running for their lives. ABC's Karen Travers tells us what officials know about the gunman.
A terrifying scene today in Tunisia and a manhunt underway. At least 20 people were killed, including 17 tourists, after a shooting rampage at the National Bardo Museum in the capital city of Tunis. The Tunisian prime minister called it a cowardly terrorist operation. He said the gunmen were carrying assault rifles and wearing military uniforms when they arrived at the 15th century palace that houses the Antiquities Museum. When the tourists got off their buses to enter the museum, the gunmen began firing. People scrambled for cover, desperately trying to flee the chaos. But the attackers pursued them and followed some inside. Among the dead are tourists from Italy, Germany, Spain, and Poland. 2 gunmen were also killed. Tunisia's parliament building is located right next door to the museum. During the siege, lawmakers there were on lockdown. As they huddled inside a stairwell, they broke out into song, their nation's anthem. Tunisia's government says some 3,000 Tunisians have joined Islamic State fighters in Syria and Iraq, but the State Department would not speculate about any connections to the terror group.
There have been no claims of responsibility, so we're not going to draw any conclusions at this point in time.
Okay.
Tunisia's prime minister said there's a search underway for an additional 2 or 3 possible suspects. Karen Travers, ABC News, Washington.
Several people are out of a home after a house catches fire early this morning. It happened on North Terrace near 29th Street in Oliver. KAKE's Annette Lawless has the latest on that investigation.
Investigators are trying to determine what caused this early morning fire in this house right behind me. Fire crews rushed out to this home in the 2900 block of North Terrace Drive around 3:15 this morning. Here's what Battalion Chief Sid Newby said they discovered when they arrived on scene.
Crews on arrival found smoke as they entered the home, did an aggressive search and fire attack, found the fire, smoke coming from the basement, went down and found the fire, along with doing an aggressive search, made sure everybody was out of the house.
2 adults and 4 children were displaced due to the early morning fire. Nobody was seriously hurt. The American Red Cross is working with them in terms of finding them a safe place to stay. As for the damage to this home, investigators tell me it's about $45,000, about $15,000 in terms of contents, and about $30,000 in terms of the structure. In Northeast Wichita, Annette Lawless, KAKE News.
It's time now for KAKE News covering Cakeland. A Kannapolis man is killed in a crash in Ellsworth County. The crash happened after 6 this morning on Kansas Highway 141 near Kansas Highway 4. The 56-year-old Stephen Kelly was trapped in his SUV after he fell asleep, hit a concrete barrier before rolling 27 feet down a hill. Trooper Ben Gardner says Kelly was flown by a helicopter to the hospital where he later died. A girl accused of stabbing her sister to death will wait almost a month to hear if she will be tried as an adult. Sierra Newhouse is charged with first-degree murder in the death of her 13-year-old sister last year in rural Saline County. A hearing is underway in Saline County District Court to determine if Sierra will be tried as an adult. And remember, we are covering Cakeland 24/7 on our web channel, kake.com.